Good evening. Welcome to Noah's Arts Entertainment. I'm Noah, and I welcome you. Those who have been following me for the last, I think I've done this for about 2 months now, so I'm a newborn baby. and, trying to get out there, I did a move today where I may be exposed to a lot more people than I had been. So possibly, the like, the subscribe, and the sharing is what's ultimately on your part will make it happen. Okay. Again, welcome to everyone. And if you're new, I thank you. Somehow, what resource got you here? I appreciate that. Tonight's theme, tonight is Tuesday, right? Tonight's Marte. What est un prenomen? Don't freak out. That's Latin. That's what's your name? And so tonight we got the Martian forces, and I thought I'd talk about something where I could be aggressive. Got my red candles here, and got some things happening, and I want to talk about a subject or a theme. The theme is called, although I don't know too much, I'm learning. And I'm learning the hard way, as usual. Huh? Kind of like I'm learning hands-on training on this Runaway Soulmate. That's it. Runaway Soulmate. That's the theme tonight. And I am the first to admit that I don't know too much about the soulmate business. What I've studied is reincarnation. It's got something to do with it, but yet the focus on soulmate and twin flame was never really there. It was just about the old souls and the new souls and things of that nature. So, all right, so the soulmates. I think, I've been asking for someone that I can actually love and not just enjoy. I do like women that can make me laugh. I do like that. I like the humorous side to a woman, with wit and stuff. And that always good. Hey, why do I always have to be the witty one? Or why do I always have to be the one with the ideas? Oh, let's go here. Well, whatever you want to do, wherever you want to go. It gets a little boring after a while, okay? Give me some spark, man. Give me some fire. And not so much water, because the water is just a lot of drama and very emotional. But, one thing I have not promoted here and I've never mentioned, I do have a political satire, okay? A script monologue that I wrote and I filmed and produced back in, I think, 2016. So you get a chance, I'm sure it's here part of the channel, Noah Cortez, or Noah's Arts Entertainment. And you'll see how I do have a funny side to me. I can be humorous. In fact, I like to laugh because I spend a lot of time not laughing. Okay, I don't want to get dramatic now, but anyhow, I'm running for mayor of the city of Chicago on that video, and it's hit plenty of views in the past, but then again, it's been there since 2016. I'm pretty sure I posted onto the. So it's a funny thing, and like I said, I like to laugh. I like to laugh. I don't get enough laughter. I can't get enough laughter, but sometimes I watch TV just for that purpose, to laugh, And the guys at work, well, my clients are pretty witty. They should have been in show business. But hey, their mother says, no, you're going to be a lawyer. And that's it. I don't want to hear about it. Or you're going to be a doctor. You're going to be a doctor. And blah, blah, and it's over. Okay. So, and my father died at my age, 16, when I pretty much needed him the most, and as far as guidance and stuff. Well, but my mother didn't wasn't much into discipline and order. Yeah, she was very artistic. I get all my artistic talent and creative abilities from her. And from my father, I get the I don't know, the wisdom of being a merchant or something, and just like he was. He was a lot of things, but when I was born, he retired. He worked for the Naval Air Force, and then he retired working there, the naval base, and then he went to become self-employed a merchant, a salesperson, selling wholesale to retail to wholesale, and this and that. So since I was a little boy, I was, hey, I don't want to get away too much from this, but let's go back to the soulmate thing, okay? This is just a little historical, I guess, about me, about my background. Um, Also, I do have a video out that says it's called "Laying the Foundation." You may want to check that out. Could justify me, uh, being here in front of you, and hey, I wouldn't be if I couldn't justify it, right? And that's what this whole thing's about. The soulmate thing, you know, you don't ask for it; it just comes to you. Somehow, it comes into your life, and in my case, I think I saw something on the internet, and then boom, I saw something here. uh, in my studio, my office thing part here, and it's like it was. I'm not nuts. Come on, forget about it. It was very real, but it was fifth dimension. It was astro travel. Okay, that's one of the first things that I got into when I first started in this world, in this realm, was to do transcendental meditation where we travel, But there's that silver cord, and if you break that silver cord, it's over, my friend. They'll come home, they'll find a body there, lifeless. The soul got cut off from the body. There's a physical body there, and the soul is lost in space somewhere, So you got to have this. I don't know, because you got to be practical and logical, and analyze things, and be like me. No, I never broke that cord. Obviously, I'm still here, and I did a lot of that in the beginning. It was it was fun, and when you're there, you're supposed to be able to smell the atmosphere. If it's dirt, I don't know, black dirt, red dirt, or if it's plants, vegetation, or whatever it may be. It could be just rocks, mountains. Could be near the ocean. Hey, look, wherever you want to go, that's where you go. But you do not break that silver cord. All right. Let's go back, rewind, back to the soulmate thing. Runaway soulmate, which means that body hit her. Surprised, just like me. I mean, look, I didn't ask for a particular kind, or well, I did have kind of something. what I know what I would be best with, but then that's the physical, and this is beyond the physical. That's the whole thing. When I saw this person, I said, "Wow," and I did notice that the age, of course, the chronological age, but did I ask for that? No, subconsciously, could be because of what I've suffered in the past and I've experienced. Could be that I still want a son. It could be the divine intervention was meant for her to be at an age where she could bear a child for me. And hopefully this child that I've had in my heart for a long time now. And I even have the name and everything, and you'll love the name. But that's the other thing, that's going into the marriage was meant to be an institution, Otherwise, you could just live together, the kids, I don't know what last name they're going to use, or, what father they're going to, or who's going to be their father image, or who's going to be their real father. So the idea of the family thing was supposed to be an institution. You marry, you commit till death do us part, and for better or for worse, all that kind of good stuff, right? A lot of people say yes, but it's because they decided to settle at a particular age, or could be they're very much in love. They're that soulmate connection that met, and they didn't fight it. They just kind of like became one. And I think that's the purpose. But then again, I don't know too much about the soulmate thing. I know there's also the karmic soulmate. Okay? They call it, I think it's called the karmic soulmate, where, I don't know, you meet because unfinished business in some other life, you come back and it's payback time or some kind of something like that. Well, listen, all I know, okay, all I can confirm is that I have been minding my own business now for about 4 years and a half. Why did this happen? Because I ended a 7-year ongoing, in and out and in relationship. All right. And happened to be a Pisces. How about that? Huh? As soon as they feel like they're cornered or trapped, they'll fly up, they'll swim away. Hey, listen, I know, not all Pisces are the same. I can hear that already somewhere, same thing with the Scorpios. But they've been in and out of my life, it's like, I don't know, like a legendary thing. I don't know why, but that's what it is. Wow, I know why. Technically, I know why. But that's another story for another time, another theme. All right, we go back to this runaway soulmate. All right, so I hear first, oh, well, she's a very independent woman. She has, she's got her own life happening, whatever she does, and they always talk about a third party, of course, and sometimes even a fourth party. Wow, I don't want to get into that, but still, it's and here I am, all alone, going back to 4 years ago. I ended that relationship. Why? I got lost when I said the word Pisces. It's unbelievable, but I ended it because my daughter was 16, and she really needed me at that time. Things started to go bad, really sour, and I knew it would happen when she'd go to this particular school and hang out with particular people, versus what she was before. From the first to the eighth grade, it was an excellent multicultural, Korean, Asian, blacks, whites, Latinos, all kinds of everyone together. Very bright kids. You have to be very bright to get in that school. All right, so here I am, and I said to myself, you know what? My daughter needs me, and she's going to stay with me back then I had a much bigger place, and she's going to be staying with me. And the first thing is like, well, how long? Well, whatever it takes. As long as it takes, she will stay with me. I have to work on her. I have to be close to her. She needs me. My father died on my 16th birthday. So you think I'm going to be some animal, some brute, some ridiculous fool to just not be there for her? It's my only child too. So it's like, uh-uh. So I said, she will stay with me for whatever time, and I will let you know, or maybe we could end it now because it's been 7 years and it's not going to go anywhere. Probably won't get any better, and it's just a thing. And then, some things were really good. Though she was wild, she was very domesticated, and I always am a sucker for that. Bakes, cooks, does everything, especially for her man. That's a very good thing, quality to have. And, all my sisters do things for their husbands. It's not a macho thing. It comes from the heart. That's what the whole thing is about, evolution. It's about when you be able to do things from the heart, not because of conditions or because of, demands. It's not the controlling thing, okay? You have to be masculine. Even the woman has to be masculine, right? The divine masculine could be a woman too, right? That kind of thing. All right. So, go back to the soulmate thing. It's very hard because I felt that, first of all, that Kundalini wake up, that was kind of, and it got unraveled. And it started happening. I said, well, you know what? Maybe I got a chance at love too at the same time, because that's where my head's at. That's where my heart's at. The sex thing, man, look, I don't have a bunch of awards here, but I was given awards and trophies, all kinds of stuff like that, but it's just memories, and they don't add up to much except that say, well, there's a portion of your life that, and no, it's not right to say wasted, because everything is lived out for a reason, whatever the reason may be, So all I know is that 26 years now, I changed that whole thing, and it wasn't, and I still didn't have gray hair. I was 25, 30 pounds lighter, muscular. It's like I had it going on. Yet I decided to make that turn. All right. So maybe this is a little something for the soulmate. I think the soulmate's has gotten to know me throughout this time, in a sick and twisted way. It sort of motivated me to stop the procrastination and start the production. And I think this is about my 8th live stream, and I appreciate, that. I appreciate that part. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I also give myself credit because I was pretty much left to die. Okay, nobody licked my wounds. She didn't lick my wounds. She didn't said, let me, like a rescue. You see a wild animal, that injured warrior. That's me. All right. Aside from the emperor, look at my chair. Huh? I am the fucking emperor. Anyhow, so the thing is, that didn't happen. Again, I had to go through wars, lick my wounds, heal myself, go into diets, detox, do all that kind of stuff, and then suddenly I'm back. Okay? And this time it's been a little harder to, maybe I've lost 6 pounds, but not a big deal. I should have eaten more, but the weather's been goofy. I don't like gyms, whatever else. Let's go back to the soulmate. Rewind. The soulmate thing. It's about, first I hear all this stuff, right, about the being indecisive and being going through the night of the dark soul and all kinds of stuff happening. Now, at that time, I think she was still just carrying on like she always did. And hey, don't mind to me. Hey, I'm just a guy that's, I don't know, maybe twice her age. I don't know. I don't know because if a person has been, forget it. The chronological age, I'm telling you, the soulmate, I think the reunion, if it's really supposed to happen, I empathize, you know, and I know that how I got treated or this whole thing got treated was twisted and perverted. But yet, supposedly, this person is starting to get to know me better as to who she was dealing with in the first place. And now it's about, well, fear of rejection. That I will say, you know what, F you, fuck out of here. Or that I can say, I don't know, I could, it's just something about fear, or maybe I could do something with it. Look, it's a thing about closure, okay? If there's no physical communication, it's only been telepathical and astral, and what the fuck, really? How are you supposed to advance? Like, how are you supposed to lay that foundation? I said a long time ago in comments, when you don't have that foundation, then all these tsunamis or whatever is just gonna create swamps and muddy waters and stuff like that. So it's not gonna be anything you can build on. So Earth, right? Some people know me as Virgo, some people know me as Leo. I am both. I can assure you that. But I've been identifying more with Leo since I learned about it. A lot of things started to make sense about why that. Anyhow, the soulmate thing. It's a thing about really having the respect. If it's true, if it's all true that that particular person or particular soulmate is going through agony and maybe feels defeated in the sense where knowing that she or he fucked up, they screwed up, and they disrespected you from the get-go, which means that they're a bitch in nature. But even a bitch or a prick can turn around their attitude and learn and evolve. After all, this is about evolution, right? Tonight is not going to be a long night. I'm going to call it quits because, just because. I don't want to go over 20 minutes. Last time I went about 39 minutes, but it was kind of, that was something. The last one was, forget the name of it. Anyhow, seems like I'll watch them once and then I'll never watch them again. But I just keep I focus on the new creation, right? And as like tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. The soulmate thing again. Look, you gotta seal the deal. All right. If you really feel now that person is your soulmate, could be the best counterpart you could have, regardless of whatever because that's another thing. I offered a sweet deal. Remember, I wrote a hit song at the age of 17. It was my first song. So do not think that I cannot come up with I have two different intellectual properties, creations. That's fucking international, universal. The music will be a project, another thing that's going to be happening because I'll do a video of medley of different genres. I'll sing and I'll play my trombone, and I'll dress accordingly to whatever song, the genre. So I think that's going to be a good thing. But aside from that, the two intellectual properties, and I have a couple other things. And I can't talk about everything because, in fact, I can't talk much about anything because, it's a thing about manifesting. Right now, what I'm doing, what I've been doing is introducing myself as a human being, as a person, uh, a student of mysticism. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's all part of, like I said, the esoteric science and the metaphysics. A lot of people are using these powers every day, every day. You get a call, I said, "Oh, I knew it was you." Oh, fuck, that's called telepathy. That's part of this whole study, is telepathy, you know? So a lot of people use these things and they're just not aware. They're not conscious. They don't understand that these things are related to energies, frequencies, and they travel. Thoughts travel. Words travel. So please give me a break. We got to do this. We got to do this right. We got to understand each other. We got to be right on the level. No BS in here. Okay, that's the other thing too. When you evolve, there's no room for bullshit, for lies, for deceit, for hiding. Now, it's time to come out and say, you know what? I am Noah, and I am that I am. And that's it. You have to say this thing. You have to get there. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I urge you to come back. Well, you can do what you want, but if you like what I do here, and I've done again, you got to check out my YouTube. You'll find everything there. Thus far, I've done a lot of different things, and but the classes, the webinars, the master class. That's the big word nowadays. The master class will be something else. We're going to be able to do that. We're going to be able to learn. You'll know better who I am, and if you can learn from me, because I know a lot of things, but I've been keeping them inside, and I want to release them. All right, unleash. Thank you. Tonight again, I give thanks to the God of war, the God of justice, Elohim Gibor, the Holy Kabbalah. To the right of me, Saint Michael. To the left of me is Kamael. Kamael sits to the right of the Lord, the God, head of justice, of severity, of strength, of courage, of fire, of war. Elohim Kippur. And Kamael is a fierce warrior. Okay? She's a female. She is a female. Long black hair. She's rides a chariot. She dresses to kill in so many ways. And she's a fierce warrior. And she does not like women that are fighting, that are hiding. They have to hide. Maybe we should call them Heidi's. Anyhow, thank you again tonight. I love every one of you. It's the first time I say that, but you know what? I'm not BSing you. Let's make this thing grow. Noah's Arts. Right, Mary? I'm going to take everyone with me. Not everyone. That's a lie. One of each with me. All right. Take care. Have a good night.